Hello, everyone. Angelo here, homeless filmmaker in LA. There's part of me that can't stand the thought of another day going to my job, but sorta, not really, and really. So it goes both ways, you know. I don't know what to do about it. It's a big old conundrum. I've just been feeling beat to hell like shit, lazy today, even though I've done a lot, gone around a lot. I obviously went 7 miles to take a dump. That part was not an exaggeration. And it was a good one. It was just, man, it was smooth sailing all the way through, beginning to end. There's like a 2% of an Irish accent in there for some reason. When I said beginning to end. Beginning to end there, Charlie. I don't know why your father had to die, but it's important that you remember him the way he was. Since when can I do an Irish accent? That was decent. Jane Barry, Finding Neverland. You know what movie I want to see again? Stay. Directed by Mark Forster, who directed Finding Neverland, which is an excellent film. Saw it in theaters once or twice. And is it Ryan Gosling who's in it? Yeah, Ryan Gosling, Ewan McGregor, and is it Natasha? What's her name? What's the actress's name? Who's in that? I think she was also in Eastern Promises. But she was good in it. That was a damn fine film. I gotta see it again. It's underappreciated, under-remembered. Especially amidst the rest of the Mark Forster au revoir, or over. Someone tell me who starred in Stay with Ewan McGregor and Ryan Gosling. And then tell me who is the star of Eastern Promises. Wait, was it Naomi Watts? I'm all mixed up in my head. I'm all sun-baked. Normally I remember movie info like that. Oh, I had a really bizarre dream last night, but it wasn't the most bizarre. My workplace, it was like almost like Pentagon City Mall or something to set up, so it was actually kind of nice to look at. But whatever happened there, that's not the main part of the dream that I want to talk about. It was somehow I had a backyard, and there was a tree by a fence, and the roots were big on the tree and sticking out onto the ground. And on the roots, I saw my dad's driver's license. And just like in real life, in the dream, I knew like my dad had died a year ago. And it still hasn't, I don't know, totally registered yet. But picked up his driver's license. But unlike an actual driver's license with, you know, the expiration date and what's the first thing? What's the first date on there? They don't call it issue date. I'm like, creation date? That's not what they call it. Oh, filming. Are you saying I took a huge shit after a 7-mile trek on your birthday? That's pretty cool. A special day for me to take a shit. Sorry, take a dump. Make leavings. I'm trying not to be so crass. My boss is abusive, by the way. I've conclusively ruled he's abusive and a scumbag. And I can't say a ton other than that. Except they're not good reasons why I can't say more than that. Here, one little song, filming. Let's see if people want a song for filming's birthday. A little birthday song from me. What the hell am I thinking? Why would I sing? Forget it. It's dumb. Nobody wants it. Nobody likes me for my musical abilities. Had one real meal today. I could just kind of not eat, but the thing, I gotta make myself eat. That's the thing. I gotta make myself eat protein at least, and carbs too. I'm sure they're important in there for recovery from workouts, which I did work out this morning. Didn't do legs. My legs are worn to all hell. My legs are like piles of sludge at work sometimes. But I got some food I'm gonna get out of my trunk. Don't you go anywhere. I'll be right back. Click like to please help me. Jeez, do I have to keep asking? Fuck. Nothing better than cold canned chicken soup. Straight from the trunk. All right, filming, you want a little birthday song? I'm not saying it unless you say you want it. Why should I do something if nobody wants it? What do I care? Oh, crap, I forgot the story about my dad's driver's license. So in the dream, he's already been dead a year, just like real life, and I somehow find a pristine driver's license of his on like tree roots in my backyard, that I don't have a backyard, of a nice place. So maybe this is a dream that's going to come true. And I picked it up, and all it had was his name and like the state, I think. It didn't have like all that other information on there and the hologram and all that stuff to identify it. But it said at the bottom a custom phrase that he wanted on there. Not in real life, but in the dream that he wanted on there. Because I was influenced by, in real life yesterday, I had been seeing examples of vanity license plates and the DMV's comments. I don't know if these are real or not. People put like, you know, these could have been all Photoshop creations, but supposedly when you apply for a vanity license plate in certain states, the DMV will make comments on it. And these comments were so comedic from the DMV. It's like, aren't they supposed to be a little more official than that? And then whether they accepted or rejected them. So in my head, that got in there, buried in there, and in my dream it came out as on the driver's license of my dad. It said, which, meaning like which, you know, witch that can cast magic spells and has sex with demons. Which, and then some other sentence that I forget. And I was telling someone about it in the dream, like which. Now that's the kind of corny joke my dad would have liked. Anxiety fetus, how dare you ask me that when I've made a video on my top 3 worst dumps. Top 3 times I was constipated the most. Go to hell. You don't even watch my videos, man. Shit. Apparently you're the worst dump I've ever taken because a piece of shit just talked to me through the video. But just please click like on the video. Please click like. Please click like. I got chicken and wild rice. Ingredients: chicken broth, carrots, cooked white chicken meat, tomatoes, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Contains less than 2% of modified food starch, corn protein, hydrolyzed, water, salt, carrot puree, potassium, arsenic, emphysema, sodium phosphate, white phosphorus, enriched uranium, garlic powder, dried parsley, sodium chloride, benzodiazepines, a whole bunch of stuff in here. Make me feel good. The damn spot just took a dump. What are you trying to upstage me or something on my own channel? Get a load of this guy. Click like, damn it, on the video. That's an order. Seriously, I wonder what a great image. Just a guy eating a can of chicken soup in a car. Cold can of chicken soup with dollar store silverware. Eat more salad? How much salad do you think I eat? You think I don't eat salad? I eat salads pretty much every day. Take that back. Take that back, the damn spot. Take it back. Take it back. Let's see what kind of salads I have almost every day. Chicken, chia seed, and mango salad, or seafood salad with salmon, tilapia, shrimp, pinto beans and rice, cucumbers, tomatoes. I forget what kind of lettuce is in there. I always forget. Lots of tomatoes they put in there. Lots of cucumbers too. Even my omelet, I get pretty much exclusively egg white omelets with kale. And I don't mean kale cooked into the eggs. I mean a bed of kale underneath, like a pile of kale underneath egg whites. You bow in humility. You better bow in the other direction so I can kick your ass out of here. Melissa, hello? What's HRU? I don't know what that is. Oh, one of the ingredients. Yeah, human growth hormone. No, that's HGH. What else is in here? Let's read the side. Contains soy ingredient. Soy? That's bad for your health. Lead shavings, graphite. The chicken was canned in Chernobyl. In the actual iron sarcophagus. Oh, it's not iron, is it? It's whatever. The giant sarcophagus. Oh, no. I'm not picky about where the food bank gets their food from. And then it's shipped over with clean coal. I'm doing all right. I'm such an inspiration to many. It's a lot weighing on me to be, some person, somebody that people look up to that much. It's like, don't look at me like that, I'm no savior. Even though to many I am their Lord and Savior. Yeah, it's wild rice. It's pretty good. All right, smart ass anxiety feeders. Now you're asking the best dump I've ever taken. Too private. I only share that with my loved ones. I was sharing it, literally, it was a shared experience, a communal dump. With my girlfriend at the time. It's something her family and their tradition is a bonding ritual in Iceland. Those Icelanders. Okay, I didn't want to question it. Oh. Today's was actually pretty good. Came out no issues. It was massive. I had to drive 7 miles. I went to the porta potty. No issues with dealing with the porta potty. And then, fortunately, because of where the dump site was, I was able to go nearby to the next errand I had to do and do that there. So it was like 1, 2, 3. Taking care of business. TCB. Is that Progresso soup? Yep. Alright. The damn spot. He wants to jerk me around in here. I don't even want to look. Asking me if I ever thought about moving into a van or RV. Yeah, you know what? You give me a van or RV and I'll move into it. I mean, I'll move into it physically and then drive it away and then walk away from it. Yeah, I'll do that. In hell. So take all the dumps you want. Because that's one trip to the toilet, the mobile home toilet, that I won't be taking. I'm surprised you'd even ask if you knew how I felt about that. Or maybe you're all against me. That's probably the reason. Click like, please. Get this video to 12 likes. Gotta get a job. Gotta get a new job. I pronounced that weird. Job. I need more protein. I know just the trick. A little oatmeal. Plenty of fiber in this. Don't need a ton. But I like this stuff, man. It is the best. Thank you, Melissa. Yeah, come on, man. Listen up, Jack. Here's the deal. You gotta ask me about my farts. I'm gonna ask you. Why don't you keep your farts in your own home? Mind your own business. Does my mom miss them? No, she still calls me to complain about my farts. I can only lick the protein off my fingers. No, I can only, holy crap, a big old seagull. We're like 30 or 40 miles from the ocean. I forget what I was saying about my mom. A little seagull distraction. Well, it's going right for me. Great, if you hear a thud above my car, that's what it is. It taking a crap on my car. Boy, can you imagine? How do you clean an RV? Like wash it? That's got to be a nightmare. Oh, thank you. You watched videos about my mom and dad. Thank you. So just how am I going to save money now that my job is paying me It's about $380 a week. Not horrible. It's a little over $1,500 a month. It's depressing. I need to make more money. And but not really depressing in that I don't feel victimized by it. I should be paid more, no doubt that. But it's like, well, I'm way ahead of the game now. At least I have a job, and I am making money and sort of saving some. $300 radiator job cut me back, set me back. They are underrated. Thank you. Yeah, the videos, my mom and dad are underrated. A lot of them still get a decent amount of views, though, so maybe their rating is getting properly rated. Maybe they're going to get properly rated. Oh, the place where I shower at. They got new security procedures there now. Every fucking time we go in, we got to have our bags searched. It's like, you don't even want to look through my bag. It's gross. My shorts are in there, a bunch of shampoo and stuff, and exploded shampoo all over the bag, and my toothbrush and stuff. Yes, my terrible brother. Thank you for characterizing my brother accurately. He is correctly rated. Yeah, terrible brother. He is still living with her. Yep. Grown, racist Trump supporter, domestic abuser, cheater on his girlfriend with a woman I had been involved with. Although, at the time, he had a little cyber affair with the woman I was involved with. That woman and I were split up for a time. So yeah, he's a scumbag. And the funny thing is, the woman I was involved with, we sort of tried to patch things together for a while, and ultimately it blew up in my face when she faked her own death. She admitted to me that, they had like this online affair where he sent pictures of his body and stuff and of his car, and she said he was so boring. It's like, she said, what is it with him and being Greek? Everything with him is about being Greek. What is he, a poodle? Like, is it like a breed of dog for him? Is he a bootlicker? Like what? Or maybe she called me bootlicker, I forget. But she said a lot of things. But it was so funny. She said he has no personality. So even in the messages where she was talking about how she hated me and she wanted to do the worst things to me, she was complaining about what a bore he was. Because when you're a white supremacist and a racist and a scumbag, now he's not white supremacist like extreme, whatever. He's just kind of like alt-light, like wannabe piss boy, bootlicker who reveres white nationalism. Or, I mean, that's too broad a thing, because people take it to mean the explicit, what I mean is he firmly and strongly upholds white supremacist policies and things. Yeah, that woman faked her own death. But even that moment, I give it to her. She was charismatic, and to be around a guy who was boring like my brother, she couldn't help but complain to me that he's such a loser. So I got the charisma on one hand and the extremely volatile behavior from her on the other, where she faked her own death and lied about some other stuff, and it was really disturbing. Josh Tuttle, oh my goodness. Josh, you stopped me in my tracks. This is a good question. See, this is what the people relate to. Josh is out here beating the bushes, trying to find answers that everybody wants to know. Hey man, he says, hey man, I just got here and I was wondering if you took a massive, gigantic, enormous dump today. This is good stuff. See, this is real life. This is what people are really interested in. They're not interested in, oh, did you have a, shamrock frappe today? Or did you play Minecraft? Or did you, go windsurfing at the beach? Or if you're in a commercial for herpes medicine, you go windsurfing on a wheat field. What was I talking about? The dump I took. Yes, I did take a massive one. It was clean, smooth. Yeah, it was in a porta potty. The heat wasn't too bad. When you're in a porta potty and it's hot, it bakes you in there, even though they have plenty of ventilation. Still. But yeah, it was a good deal. Got it all done. I got it all cleaned out and taken care of. And Joe Biden, I shoot from the hip. I say what I think. Well, listen here, fat, you want to make this into a physical fitness contest? Drop and do 25 push-ups. One for every time I had to give a lashing to my boy after I don't know, whatever he did. He stole Grandma's cookies out of her pantry. Grandpa was real... Grandpa? Grandma? Whatever. Hey, Drake. What was I saying? Oh, you said your mom, you said you wanted me to see my mom go viral. Well, she's gone viral a couple times. Maybe you got to look through more of her videos, but she's had some relatively popular stuff. I guess never anything that broke 1 million views, at least like in a very short amount of time. She was in Tim's Cook-Off, that has over 1 million views, and she's had other but her videos gain popularity with time. If you look at my most popular videos, many of them are her cooking videos, but they just gain views every day. It's not like, all at once. Thank you, Josh. Well, I appreciate your honest reporting, unlike these other fakesters who ask me these questions with such hostility, such hate. I'm still so glad Trump is banned from Twitter. He deserved it a long time ago, but he must be so furious that he can't just shoot off tweets every day to show how much he hates Biden and hates this or that or whatever person he doesn't like that day. Yep, I don't need haters. That was kind of gross, I admit, when I just farted up in the air. Yeah, that was a tense couple days. I remember when I thought that woman had killed herself, and I sort of knew she was lying. She already pulled a stunt like that once before, where she disappeared for a few days and was talking about killing herself. And in retrospect, it's completely obvious she was doing it to try and hurt me. She wasn't planning on killing herself. I mean, you shouldn't, use that as a threat on people. And so from then on out, I realized everything was a lie. That she did. Oh. That stopped me in my tracks. Because it was all based on whether she could emotionally blackmail me with more threats of killing herself. But it's like, how can she up the ante on that? Fake her own death. At least when I stopped talking to her. But oh well. Really messed up part, she had 2 kids. So it's like, how can you do that and like look at your kids and know you're this liar and abuser? But you know, whatever. I don't hate her. All the best. It was a wild experience. Let me tell you. Something else. Shut the. Oh, this disgusting couple out here. How do they live with themselves? All the displays of affection. It's just gross. I don't care. It's fine. It's just gross. I don't like seeing human bodies in contact. It's gross to me. Oh well. What do I care? It's like chicken, you know, just chicken parts mashed up together. I see people like that. Not entire. I don't know. My car will stink to high heaven. Yeah, I guess that's true. You got me there. God damn, my body is worn out. Trying to just, you know what, I listened to an ex-convict talk about how to gain muscle, and he said you have to eat. You have to eat a lot. He said when he was in prison, now the flip side of that is you have to train really hard. But he said when he was in prison, he would, first of all, he trained incredibly hard. Like, he would do 500 push-ups like before each meal or something, or after each meal, I forget. He was just trained constantly because he had a war mindset in prison. You have to be able to fight. He got so massive. I saw pictures of him. I mean, he was fucking enormous. Now he's still very muscular, but he's more again, still very muscular, I have to say, but nowhere close to that size. And he said he didn't like being that big because he was very bulky and all. And this is he's got mental issues partly still from a lifetime of prison. And he's in his 30s probably, but he was in juvenile facilities all through his youth. And he said the guards just beat the shit out of him constantly, to where he would dare them to beat him harder. He would tell them they hit like girls and stuff. He went through a horrendous childhood, and he's kind of messed up now as a result. And he's an anti-vaxxer. And anyways, I'm not trying to hate on him. I'm just saying he's got a conflicted set of ideals. You can see he really stands up for what he believes is right, and he wants to help people, but he's also, like, you know, still got this mindset of never back down from anything. Anyways, and he told some really wild stories. But he said about training in prison, he would train extremely hard. Like, he was huge. He could bench press. He said in prison they had a challenge to see who could bench press the most, and they challenged him to bench press like 340 pounds or something. And he was like, no, do 440. And they're like, what? And he bench pressed 440 like it was nothing, just from doing hundreds and hundreds of push-ups a day. But he said the flip side of that was, he said he would force feed himself like 10 to 12 times a day. To have, like, literally, he said he felt sick from eating, but he had to force feed himself to eat to keep building size. I don't want to do that. I don't want to train like that. And now, obviously, I'm sure he eats less, and he still works out well, but he does it with body weight mostly. He said, you know, I can do a workout in 20 minutes that would take you an hour because I know how to use my body weight for the most part. And he still looks in really good shape. Josh Tuttle, yes, I do work tonight, or I work tomorrow morning. Drake said honk at them, honk at the couple. that was rubbing up against each other and stuff. No, they already drove away. Alright. I gotta lie back now. It's time to get ready to sleep.
I didn't mean out of.
And I remembered I got a task to do after this video is done too. Fortunately, I can do it in my car. My allergies have been acting up more lately, but thankfully they're nowhere near as bad as last year. Last year, if I had a job, I could not work. My allergies were so horrific. It was very painful to sneeze. Like it hurt in my chest, my face. It was awful. This winter, winters in LA, my allergies act up. This winter, they're just a very minor annoyance. Like, yeah, my nose runs a little bit, and sometimes I sneeze. But yeah, you got to force feed yourself if you train hard, and you know, like I said, I'm not complaining in a way, because all of it, I'm sure, is good for me. The experience of working, of dealing with this stuff. I will say, I mean, my body being worn out and stuff, I'm sure I'm learning as long as it's not doing too bad damage to it. But even the bullshit my manager did to me, he's a piece of shit. He's a scumbag. He's kind of an abuser, a narcissist, or chauvinist, whatever you want to call him. He was literally just angry with me and just said anything, any stupid thing to shut me down when I was telling him people don't feel safe reporting safety issues here and people could have died. And all I will say is, yeah, I don't want to even make allusions to what it is. It doesn't matter for YouTube. It's just something I can't talk about. But yeah, I do work tonight. Thank you for reminding me. No, it's fine. And gotta get more protein. Maybe I'll have a little more with these almonds. But that's what I heard is important for weight gain, is you have to eat a lot. Now, understandably, you don't want to just get fat, so you gotta eat clean food. You know, don't eat processed stuff, candy, all that. But also, that's why, for instance, you know, many people, including myself, have protein supplements. When you can't get all the protein from your diet, you don't want to just eat 6,000 calories a day. Hey, you know what's sad? Tavis from Auntie Fee, his dad just died. I saw him post that. I'm like, damn, man, that's messed up. I never saw his dad on video that I can remember. But yeah, I mean, he seems like a brave guy, Tavis. Seemed to get, you know, you only see what you see in the videos, but after his mom, Auntie Fee, died, oh, that was sad. I wish my mom could have cooked with Auntie Fee. I don't say that just for me and what I wanted, but, you know, I think she was 57 or something when she died. You know, she had a lot of living left to do, and I think she had a heart attack. But she was hilarious. I should get some oranges. I actually do eat a lot of oranges, or they give me navels or whatever. Some I get from the food bank. Some I get from the place that I shower at. Actually, let me see. I may have some still. Nope, none in there. None in there. Okay, so I don't have any. Yes, my pants are falling down. Damn it, I was unzipping them, getting ready to take them off to sleep. Oh, hoo. It's too warm to get in my sleeping bag yet, so just gonna lie back. I'm thinking of a strategy to try and unionize my job. I don't want to quit if I don't have to, because it's got potential, for unionizing and making more money along with that. I think I've been going about it wrong. I've been wanting to make connections with each employee and sort of get them interested in unionizing so we can get things like better pay, representation, so that we don't have to deal with abuse from managers, but we can go to our representatives when we're injured at work, when we want to report safety issues, harassment issues, especially harassment from the drivers. Try and get higher wages. But here's the other things: medical benefits, paid sick leave, regularly scheduled bonuses, better raises. Our raises are a joke. We get 50 cents an hour a raise every 6 months for the first 2 years we work there. And then every year after that, I think it's 50 cents a year. 50 cents an hour every year. So if you work there 5 years, you'll be making what, $18, $19 an hour? That's not really a living wage. That's on top of how hard it is on our bodies. Also, maybe not so much, overtime, like, be a full-time YouTuber. But not so, it's not that I don't like the money from overtime, but the problem is, having to work so much, and so like today, my body is just worn out. Those things and more a union would be good for. All longer breaks. We get 30-minute lunches. That's barely enough time to eat and rest. But I've been trying to get to know people and then see, if we can agree on a vote for a union or something. The problem is, one, I barely have time to talk to anybody. Two, so many people quit, or I guess are fired, I don't know, but many people, I'm sure, just quit after a short amount of time, and then several of the people I was talking to about other issues are gone. So I'm thinking I need to do it like brute force, meaning just make the offer to people, have pamphlets on it, show how we can vote, say, hey, in 3 days or 5 days, we're going to hold a vote on this, whether we want to go forward with getting a union, and list in the pamphlet what all the things we can negotiate for are. Because there's no other way to do it. Oh, I got this horrible scar on my shin from a... Oh, wait, it's right here. From a box falling on my shin. So that, I think, is the best way to do it. Literally, just brute force. Just hand these out outside and say, in 3 days or in 5 days or something, let me know. We're going to have a vote if we all want better pay. Yeah, driving trash trucks would pay more. Really, one thing I kind of think about working for the post office, because they have a union and they're relatively well paid. Post office has had a lot of funding problems lately, and also you need a California ID to have a job there. It's weird. Like, your ID is valid everywhere, but I guess some jobs they want it, or I don't know if that's an issue, but I'll see if I want to. And a lot of unions are just hard to get into. Forget hard to get into, hard to find. There's no one place to look at it. It's just hard to find. Be in the FBI? Yeah, right. Also, that you definitely need like a degree that's appropriate for it, and mental competence and all that that I don't have. Certain things I just can't do. I'm not suited for temperamentally. And as I'm learning, a lot of that has to do with, dealing with radio DJ. Yeah, that might be a decent gig, but they don't pay much. I think radio DJs, they have to have other jobs because their radio is not. Radio doesn't pay much. This is like my own radio and TV channel right here. Excuse me, I'm going to roll up my windows a little. I really don't know what other jobs there are I could get. I'm just not suited for most jobs, unfortunately. Film is the only thing I should or could. Doctors say I should only work in film. Being a bouncer was depressing in many ways, but at least I was kind of just doing my own thing. Like, there wasn't much I had to listen to. I was sort of my own boss in a way. Ugh. There was no human resources because it was a small business. That was a good gig. Although, like I said, it was depressing. I was in such a bad mood most of the time. I treated people well. I was respectful and, if anything, more lenient than I should have been many times. But uh, I was just feeling so down being there, being broke. Anyways, somehow did it for 5 years. And of course, every fucking time I mention that, when I'm going somewhere to like look for work, they're like, "Oh, you've got security experience. Well, we got this." I'm like, "Nope, I'm not looking for security again." Not looking for it. Jeez, why is everybody just letting Drake hog the chat? Not that I mind. Drake's a good guy, longtime viewer of mine. That's how I know he's a good guy. How about plumber? Similar problem to many jobs. You need a lot of training for that. And let's be real. By the time I'm done with that training, like, pandemics, I don't know. I don't know what I'm thinking. I figure whatever job, it's going to take the amount of time it takes, but I want something where I can make money and leave if I don't like it. And I don't know if you get paid to train at a plumber job. I'm sure some do, some don't, but I don't really want to do that either. Hey, Moist Andy. Moist Andy says, I like my Amazon to be packed and compressed into the zipper bags. I'm autistic and I feel obsessed with cramming them label side up onto the fast conveyor. I'm crazy, staying awake all night unloading. Yeah, I'm very meticulous about putting stuff with the label up or facing out if it's on a pile or on a pallet. But Moist Andy, my body is just worn out. Like, my legs move like sludge sometimes, like not eating enough protein, I guess, and food in general. I mean, you need carbohydrates and fats too. Don't leave it all up to the protein, but what can I say? 35-year-old man, and by no means it's like I'm in the worst shape. You know, I'm able to still do my job very well, but it gets hard sometimes. Be a school, what? School, what? But yeah, Moist Andy, I don't know how you do it. Then again, you're several years younger than me. Hello, Mr. Amazing 3001. School maintenance guy. Maintenance, I don't know that stuff. Also, I don't know what type of jobs like that are hiring now because schools are closed. I'm sure the buildings still need maintenance, but I don't know maintenance stuff. They want people with experience. Cleaning, maybe. Even a lot of cleaning jobs, they want industrial cleaning experience. It's like, well, how the hell do I get that if all of them require it? Can we get a Green New Deal with union jobs? That would be a great thing right now. Joe Biden doesn't support that. Can't get behind that crackerjack flippity flap. We need results, not a revolution, whatever that means. Bleep blop bleep. Back in 1955, we had a guy talking about Green New Deal. I said, what's this commie crap around here? College? Just be a college? Go to college? Something I realized after I got my first job when I was in college, going to class is like a vacation compared to work. But again, I don't know. Well, I don't know what I'd go to college for other than screenwriting or something, which would be really cool, but it's very expensive. Very expensive. And also, I don't really need it now. Like, there's so many online courses and coaching. Like, I could do that, anytime basically, except I don't have money right now, but, I'm getting paid every week. Here's the deal. You want to go to college. You want to be a maintenance guy. All right. Got to take 2 years of remedial alchemy and another 2 years. You work your way up, fixing small appliances like alarm clocks and toasters and egg timers. I vote? I voted for Trump and Biden. They were both great candidates. How did I pick one or the other? Ugh. Allergies are acting up a little bit. Yeah, well, that's a good thing. I mean, we're getting a little more money from Joe Biden, but not everyone will, and it's going to be, it looks like means tested, which means you got to apply for it and show how much income you made, and you're probably going to have to show how much you made in 2019, which is ridiculous. It was before the pandemic for the most part, or in partial, in part, not for the most part actually, but anyways, it's ridiculous. It's Democrats fucking things up with bureaucracy and with um, anyways, it's gonna mess things up because they can do it. They can pay everybody $2,000, and also he only wants to give people 1,400. He said the $600, or did he say it, or one of his surrogates? I don't know. The $600 we got the other month was like the down payment on it. It's like, come on, man. We need the fucking money to survive. Come on, man. Ugh. That's cool, Drake. I applied to like 10, 12 jobs. Haven't heard anything. Not surprising. But yeah, it's going to be means tested. It's all a bit of, theater to make you apply for the money and see how much you got in 2019, and if that's the year they pick. And it's like Democrats fucking it up to be, weaselly and cowardly and be like, well, it's, we need to make it as difficult as possible to get this help. Kamala Harris, you remember that proposal she made that was such a laughing stock? There were like 5 different stipulations on it, and I think it was during the pandemic, right? Or was it before the pandemic? I think it was during the pandemic where she said she wanted to give loans, a program to give loans to minority owned businesses in disadvantaged areas that had been operating for 5 years and still had student debt or something like that. It was so like comical and out of touch. No way I'm working at McDonald's. Oh man, customer service stinks. It's the downside of not working customer service. Yeah, I'm not around customers, but they work you so hard. Basically, all I can do is be in business for myself, but what kind of business shit am I good at other than YouTube? My shirt, look how fucking dirty this shit. This is no longer white. This is like a charcoal shirt now, practically. Did it pass? What, you mean the bill? No, nothing passed yet, I don't think, or unless it did in the last hour. No, no, I should not be the next president. Absolutely not. I'm sure it requires a lot more skills than I know, and I wouldn't. And it's not. Nobody's offering it to me. Oh, if my dump passed. Anxiety fetus, don't jump in with those smart ass comments. I thought you'd learned. The fuck is on my leg? What I do know for sure is Republicans are going to nominate someone worse than Trump in 2024, and they're probably not going to be someone as stupid as Trump, who are at least able to be more competent. Um, a fascist still, and a racist, and misogynist, and nationalist, but who's less stupid and who can get more done than Trump. So that's the direction the party's going. They're embracing the conspiracy theorists, the QAnon nuts, um, the total loyalty to Trump. Matt Gaetz, that fucking dope fascist racist, said he would absolutely. He sounded like Heinrich Himmler. Heinrich Himmler was fanatically devoted to Hitler. He said supposedly he would have killed his own mom if Hitler ordered it. Eric Gates said he on Steve Bannon's show that he would give up his seat in Congress and he would give up everything if it meant going to testify in defense of Trump at his impeachment and supporting him. It's like, how pathetic can you be to be? And Trump doesn't even like him. Trump's got no loyalty to anybody. It is so gross and pathetic. Anyways, why do I talk about this stuff? It doesn't do any good. You all know. You're all smart. You all know this shit. I don't want any racist or nationalist crap in here. People in here. We got a bunch of new people. You got to click like if you're in here. Oh, Tinfoil Tom was listening in with his tinfoil antenna. He says it's unfortunate that the GOP will probably run Trump again in 2024. You think so? By the way, everybody, Tinfoil Tom, go subscribe to his channel. Tinfoil Tom, I've been watching, even when I can't watch your live streams, I watch the replay, and I saw you beat Metal Gear Solid. Tinfoil Tom is a YouTuber. He works with his friend Nathan Barnett a lot, and he makes quality stuff. Go check him out. And he gave me a really nice shout out the other day, so go subscribe to him. Yeah, I'm serious. He makes good live streams. Not like me, lazy, laying in my car. Dude, look at my shirt. It's like charcoal. My white shirt has turned so dark now. Yeah, you think they'll run Trump again in 2024? Here's the thing. Yeah, it is insane. So many people voted for him, even in this last election. Even after, 300,000 people died by the time of the election from coronavirus, he still got millions more votes than the last election. Ultimately, it seems like he only lost because a pandemic came and he was so horrible at handling it. It meant that the Democratic candidate, who wasn't even a good candidate, was able to get a lot of votes, several million more than Trump. My voice is going. But even so, if it wasn't for the pandemic, and I'm not saying it's a good thing, therefore it's worth it. I'm saying it seems like hundreds of thousands of people dying and then going into poverty and not being able to pay their rent is what caused Trump to lose some support. In other words, it only had to be the most catastrophic set of circumstances imaginable that would make a racist and a nationalist lose. And yeah, you had a ton of support. Right. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I guess I'm kind of counting on the whole impeachment thing. This is, by the way, my eye shade, so I know it looks like a Mo Howard wig or something. Three Stooges, but I guess I kind of assume they're gonna impeach him, and then I don't know how all these laws work. I didn't even know you could impeach someone after they're out of office, but that they would ban him from holding office in the future. Because yeah, I guess that would be the concern. My hand's going numb. Is that he'll run again in 2024? What else did it say here? Right, he knows how to throw the red meat to the anti-abortion people, saying that horrible stuff he did. Remember to Chris Matthews about abortion and punishing women? It's like, what the hell is this lunatic? He'll say whatever he thinks. Whatever he feels like. He's kind of like a dog in a way. I didn't come up with this analogy. Tim Heidecker talked about it. He's like a dog. He only can focus on what's in front of his eyes. So if you catch him lying, he doesn't care. He's like, well, I'm telling you what I want you to hear now. So what does it matter what I said before? So it's impossible to sort of argue with him. Yeah, that's true. He might get a show on OAN. Right. Now, the thing is that it's funny. I just think it's so funny. He's banned from Twitter. He must be so furious that he can't tweet out every day how much he hates Biden, how much he wants to undermine him, and how much he wants to consolidate loyalty towards him and put out even more and more extreme conspiracy theories and get the violent street fascists, to do more dirty work, to support him and to hurt people. Yeah, that's true. He's good at reading a room. It's funny though, in his statement when he was leaving office. And also, by the way, it's so funny that Mike Pence and him just kind of silently went their separate ways after Trump tried to get him killed.
Oh man, how do Republicans not know Trump does not care about any one of them? Trump in his like farewell message. Did you see that video? He's like, it was such a short video, and but the one takeaway he said is, "Have a nice life." He said, Mike Pence is not going to run in 2024. I mean, he'll do uh, whatever Trump directs the Republican Party to do because they're so hungry for a dictator. And I was just saying, I don't know if you saw this, Tom, but Matt Gaetz was saying on Steve Bannon's show, yeah, he may very well be done, Pence, because after all, he and Trump are on the outs now. Like, how do you come back from that? Trump clearly turned against him. But Matt Gaetz said on Steve Bannon's show that he would be willing to leave office, to leave everything basically, to testify on Trump's behalf in the impeachment. Apparently, I guess he would need to resign his office to testify at the impeachment. I don't. Steve Bannon put the question to him that way, and he said he would. I'm like, these like hard-headed fanatics. They complained that Obama was worshipped as a hero. How do they not get there? They're worshiping this asshole who doesn't even like any of them and didn't even say Matt Gaetz's name right. And I was just thinking, he sounds like Heinrich Himmler when he talks like that. Himmler was fanatically devoted to Hitler. Supposedly, I don't know if this is some made up stuff, but he said he would have killed his own mother if Hitler ordered it. Oh, Paul Ryan? Yeah, nothing. Well, let's face it. What would surprise anybody at this point? Would anything surprise him? He was smart to distance himself from Trump early. Smart, cowardly. He was probably kind of pushed that direction when he realized that the Republican Party is steering their ship towards strongman idiot Trump. Well, Trump, like I would say, he's got like the attention span of a dog. It's like just whatever's in front of his face is what he's interested in. Oh, my nose is stuffed up. And that's the thing. Any Republican that like won't even like 100% ally themselves with Trump, Trump's supporters hate them. So they're screwed. Those Republicans, like, they get neither their conscience nor their career. Yeah, and Mitt Romney, and now he's hated by the Republicans too. They call him, Rhino, Republican in name only. And he's people like Romney are trying to follow sort of the old rules of being a statesman and giving the appearance of calm and wisdom and being able to make decisions under pressure. And Trump, do you get the sense he can make decisions under pressure? He supposedly his own generals were saying like if he ordered like a bombing on another country or something, and they what did they say this one of them said we're absolutely not going to do that or something like we're definitely not going to do that. Anyways, I'm sure we don't even know the half of all the horrible stuff that Trump uh, did and was capable of. Yeah, that's true. Because the thing is, a president can order a nuclear launch literally at any moment. There is no backup process for that. No, second chance because supposedly they need the ability to in the event that it's going to prevent an imminent strike on the U.S. But anyways, it's like I said, I'm sure we don't even know everything that went on. Just like we don't know everything from his past, we don't know his tax returns. Uh, what can there be said? It just kind of makes me, like dissociated. It just spins me in circles. Right now, my body is so worn out from my warehouse job, and my manager is an abusive asshole, and people have gotten sick from coronavirus there. I'm, on the one hand, trying to unionize the place, get people to go, to vote to unionize, get better pay and protections, and just trying to get another job, but applying for stuff. All right, Tom, thanks for joining. Thanks for watching. Appreciate it a lot. And, good seeing you. That's all I can say. Keep doing your stuff, and everybody go subscribe to Tinfoil Tom TV. Seriously, you'd be impressed by the quality of his videos. Yeah, what time is it? 5:30. For me, this is well past my bedtime. I'm gonna have a cough drop. My throat is sore. Make sure you subscribe to Tinfoil Tom TV, everyone. He does cool gaming live streams. I'd like to have a setup like his someday. I will just copy his setup, but I will flip myself to the other side of the screen. He positions himself on the left side of the screen. Anything else I can talk about? May as well get my sleep set up in order. Drake, you're saying good stuff. Yeah, unfortunately, there's a ton of really bad managers out there, um, abusers, narcissists, bullies, criminals. It's not as easy as that, because they also, like Trump, know how to work the way around people to become entrenched where they are. And more often than not, they seem to get the benefit of the doubt and have more job protection than employees who challenge their authority to do reprehensible things. Yeah, Drake, it does, but I've done quite a bit more than anybody could be expected to do, and he was probably stunned that I stood up to him, anyways, the many times that I did, or several times that I did. Yeah, he wasn't expecting that at all. He's like, why has everything got to be a smart comment with you and stuff? Like, you motherfucker, do your job. That's what he got mad at me about. I told him basically, if you do your job, like, I'll go work over there. Thank you, Drake. That's what I like to hear. Drake says, if I was a manager, I would give you a raise. In another 3 months of this abuse on my body, I will get a 50-cent an hour raise. Woohoo. But by then, I'm guessing they may not even give us the $1 an hour coronavirus bonus. So it means I'll actually still be getting a 50 cents an hour loss in income, or lower income. Because we get a $1 an hour coronavirus like hazard bonus right now, but we don't know how long it's going to last. So instead of regular $15 an hour, we make $16 an hour with that. But yeah, they're going to lower our pay after all this. That's why a union would be good. I would fight for even more pay after this. I would fight to make that hazard pay permanent and increase everybody's wages at least another $2 an hour. Got my arm all excited there for a second. What happens if it doesn't go that way? What do you mean? Like if what doesn't go that way? If coronavirus doesn't go away, is that what you mean? Then we would, I guess, still be paid that extra dollar an hour. But, unfortunately, they can do what they want on that. Oh, the union vote? Well, if they don't vote to form a union, then nothing happens. Things stay the same. So, that's what I'd really like is for everyone to agree to vote for a union. Actually, that gives me a good idea. I just thought of this. Instead of fucking handing out pamphlets, just pamphlets and expecting people to email me or something their vote to join a union on their own time, I should be standing out there with a fucking clipboard and asking people, hey, sign up to ask for better pay and for a union and stuff, and for medical benefits, for bonuses, for sick leave, paid sick leave, um, for longer breaks, for better, protection from managerial harassment. I should be standing out there with a clipboard saying who's interested. I'm not going to share this with the managers now. This is all going to the union. That sounds like okay. I just got that idea now. Why don't I think of these good ideas without struggling over it for months? Thanks, Drake. Well, yeah, I hope I go back to film after coronaviruses too, and basically, I mean, I will. Either way, even if I keep working a job to save money, I'm going to go back to working in film, but I need to save some money too, because it is time I sort of get the gear I want. But also, if I could just have libraries to work out of and write, and the gym to shower at, that's kind of good for me. So if I can at least keep writing my screenplays, that's something. But I do need to keep making money. To be able to get film gear to possibly pay for screenwriting coaching, that's not truly necessary, the coaching and all, but I'm keeping it in mind. Or at the very least, just being able to read on my laptop every day. Um, to read screenplays, I still got to read a lot more. Thank you, Drake. Worried about me going to sleep too. Yeah, I should. I'll keep streaming for a few more minutes. Play any good video games lately, Drake? Drake's like the only one chatting in here. I guess I'll talk to Drake. I don't mind. Glad to talk to him. Damn right. Drake's, man, he's batting 1,000 today. I should get a house someday. I should build a house. Screw buying someone else's house. I don't want to pay some rich asshole for their house. I want to build my own. Only Minecraft? Yeah. Still, I bet that's pretty cool. I'll go for a few more minutes. Then I'm out. Oh, that's cool too, Drake. People, check out Drake's live stream on Twitch. How do they find your live stream on Twitch? What do they look for? Oh, my hand's going numb from holding up my phone. Fire Trucks 44. That's your channel name on Twitch? And how often do you stream on there? Is it like every day, every week? But people, check out Fire Trucks 44 on Twitch, because Drake's been a good fan of me and my mom for a long time. And you should give him back a little support, too. No sense in hogging it all from me. Sometimes, so what, like maybe a few times a week? It's hard for me to watch Twitch on my phone. For some reason, it just always buffers. Doesn't matter if I'm watching on the Twitch app or on my browser. Twitch just always buffers when I try and watch on my phone. On my laptop, it was perfectly fine. Getting ready for that time to sleep. Well, anyways, I guess I'm all talked out. I'm gonna get going. I'm ready to fall asleep now. 5:43 in the afternoon. I'm done. All right, everybody. Thanks for watching. Drake, thanks so much for all your comments. Go check out Fire Trucks 44 on Twitch. That is Drake's Twitch channel. Yeah, it doesn't matter if I lower the quality of the stream on Twitch. It's just on my phone. It always buffers. All right, everybody. Thanks for watching. Bye.